Morning.
What's up? Hard work. Let's put tears into this crack, man. Great partners. Yeah. So it's never a you thing. It's I believe in the we factors.
What's going on, guys? How was your trip to Colorado? Was it?
Montana. It was good. Put a little swollen, but I've been icing.
What'd you do to it?
I landed like that on it. Oof. So
What's going on today, man?
We had a normal check-in where well, maybe. Let's get a picture.
If you had to explain it to a third grader, what does this do for your muscles?
Perfect analogy for you, my friend.
Excellent.
You know a hydraulic pump?
Yes.
It's basically just pumping oil into a hydraulic pump that's been rusty. Pushing blood and lymph into the muscle groups that are very ropey or tight, and they're dense from lack of circulation. And so by manual therapy, what we're doing is we're just pushing and pulling blood and lymph into and around muscle groups.
Okay.
That's why when we start working on something, it's hard and dense, and then afterwards it's a little squishy and pliable and move it around. It's got a nice little system. Yeah. It's easy. It's not like fighting me or, yeah.
It is a lot easier that way.
He still never misses a beat.
Not even. He's just like, I ain't asleep, bitch.
How are you feeling?
I feel good. I feel huge.
Good. That's a great feeling.
Yeah, 20 pounds up since the Arnold, and still
Pretty lean. Looking pretty huge.
I think shit, and off season really hasn't started, so maybe thinking maybe 210, which is gonna be also that's definitely gonna bring like some Sean Ray vibes.
Oh yeah.
He was still definitely bigger. I mean, because I'll be competing at like 180, and I think he was like 200, maybe I think maybe 210 at the heaviest, but I know at least 200.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a little taller though. People my height, cause he's like, I think he was like 5'6", 5'7", probably 5'7", cause usually it's like 10 pounds an inch. Let's see. So, but Lita Brada was 180.
And that looked hella good.
Yeah, it really looked good. So we'll do that. Cool. Shout out to Hunter for coming up.
Shout out to Hunter.
I always try to get work done after I get back from a trip. That's definitely
Not sleeping in your own bed when you're traveling on a plane or in a car. It's crucial, man. You gotta limber up and stay stuck in that one position for like so long. It just really kills the body.
And I did a lot of shit my body wasn't used to, so
That
did some just jumping around and riding snowmobiles and yeah, a lot
Having
of stuff.
fun.
Having fun, yeah.
living the life.
It's the best.
Basically, twice as long as the moment arm, twice as much torque here, all other things being the same, twice as much load into your hand. So again, all those examples I gave, for a converging press, if the weight stayed the same the whole time in your hand, it's still not a very efficient profile. How do we have torque more even? We make the load heavier, considering that's half of the equation.
surprisingly, my friend Anton was actually pretty good at it.
Yeah.
He only missed, I think, one. Talking about how bodybuilders can do better financially.
I want to kind of have some different perspectives on business and bodybuilding. So we got Terrence here kind of from the current athlete perspective, kind of at the top of the game in his genre. So anyway, Terrence, how are you, man?
I'm great, man. Great, just made it back into town from Montana last night, just getting my day started.
The reason I got you guys together was to talk about business, because Terrence thought it was important to discuss how to make money in bodybuilding and how to make money after bodybuilding. And I thought, instead of me and Terrence just talking about it, I'd bring on Ross and Seth as two business owners themselves. I thought we could have a good discussion.
What do you define success by? Everybody's answer could be different. What I've noticed is like I lose the luster of them. The materialistic things lose their luster. I'm like, they don't hold too much value to me. So as I continue like on my personal journey of making money and building businesses, I really like being at home with my family. So like having a nice house and a nice place to come home to spend my downtime.
Try to focus what's important to you on things that you don't get desensitized to, like family, things that you can't really put a price tag on, because that will always give you that never-ending joy.
I've always tried to, as I was coming up, I was like, I'll be successful when I have a nice car. I'll be successful when I have a nice house. I'll be successful when I have X, Y, Z, whatever it is. And then you get those things and you're like, oh, I'm not successful. But it's because you're desensitized to it, and it doesn't mean as much as you thought it would, right?
I think the biggest reason trying to be successful is what I quantify success is being able to provide for my family. That's the whole reason. I don't really care about having a whole bunch of nice things, but if I can retire my mom, if I can have my friends be, in a good spot, then I'm happy.
You're making X amount of dollars and you can provide for your family. What do you think would be the next thing in your mind?
It's about having a purpose bigger than any one goal, a purpose that you honestly will never reach. Like, no matter how hard, you can't win at it. For me, my whole why is I just want to inspire people to understand the value of self-development, not just our bodies, but our mind, our souls, everything, the whole person concept. So whether I'm doing that through bodybuilding or whether I'm doing that through YouTube or however I'm able to do that, I'm still gonna be able to do that.
Yeah. After I hit 35, I realized bodybuilding wasn't about your physique. I realized the reason bodybuilding is so good is because it's more about self-mastery entirely. It's not just about having a great physique, it's about mastering your mind, mastering your body, mastering your urges. It's about mastering all of that. So it's a complete self-mastery of your person, and it's that's what makes bodybuilding so difficult, because you're always trying to get to that next thing. So what is the next step? How do you advance yourself? What happened from there? What was the next step where you're I can make a little bit more money in this sport doing this, doing X, Y, Z? Because people can go find jobs, people can personal train, people can, work for their parents or in the army or whatever, but how do they make money in the sport?
This is the part of bodybuilding in this industry that is very hard, and why so many people attempt to go through it and fail. So people say, how do you get sponsored? Well, in short term, you have to be good enough. What value are you bringing to a company?
The first thing Seth said was, you have to be good enough, and that's in terms of the sponsorship. So I had to be good enough on stage for Muscle Tech to sign me. What if you want to be involved in the sport? What if you want to make money in the sport, but you're not good enough yet physically?
So we all know John. Before John was a pro, obviously he had a physique, but he made money through educating people. I think he was making way more money than any pro was, at that point too. We got guys who are funny, capitalize on that. If you're funny, I don't know the dude's name, but there was this funny dude. I like a gym bro dude, like with the Jersey accent. Yeah. So finding out what you're good at and capitalizing on that is really, really important if you don't have the physique just yet. You know, entertain, educate, something along those lines.
You obviously probably have a good contract now, but before the good contract came along, was there something else you did in the sport to make money?
Early on, I had a really bad coach when I started, and I said to myself, I never want to be in this position where I don't know enough to where I can't tell when something's being fucked up. So I started to take courses really early on. The military paid for my education, so I got into coaching really, really early on in my career, and that's how I kind of made my way. I educated people. You know, I would learn, and I would give out free stuff. I would do Q&As. People would ask me questions, and that's kind of how I built my reputation as a coach. You know, I see a lot of guys out there now. They just say, "Hey, I'm offering coaching," and then they never post anything educational. So I'm like, besides you looking like, you know, you having a nice physique, I don't know that you know anything about bodybuilding, you know?
Yeah.
So showing people that you know something is what I did, you know?
I think Andy Frisella said it best. It's like you have to give two and take one. Yeah. So basically meaning like give something and then people will give you back. You don't just take.
So workout slightly interrupted, but great podcast.
Yeah, and we still got the workout done.
So everything's okay in the world.
Yeah.
Now we're headed to
DC Society Inc. Getting a tattoo, supporting Bautista in his business endeavors. And yeah, should be good.
tattoo time.
Hey, how you doing? Good.
Welcome.
Sorry, I'm running a little bit behind.
You're not behind. You're just on time. What are you talking about?
Alright.
How you feeling?
I'm good. What's up, because in the space will feel okay. I'm cool with either, because if I do the stagger one, I could probably one day figure out a symbol I want to put in that dead space there.
Yeah. That's my kind of 3D, so it will pop up.
Yeah, I like that.
Why are you getting a tattoo today?
I just kind of feel like I figured out who I am and what I'm about, and this understanding why I do something it's just kind of transformed my life. I feel like the last few months I've been very driven, very, very focused, and understanding why I'm doing bodybuilding, understanding why I am in the place I am has helped me a lot. Like put more into things, before I didn't really understand, and I just kind of moseyed out on throughout life. I was obviously still bodybuilding, but I wasn't being the best version of myself I could be. And just really sitting down and just figuring out why I'm doing this whole thing, what got me into it, has helped a lot, I think understanding your purpose is the key to happiness, the key to success, the key to a lot of different things in life. So anytime I feel like I am getting lost or I'm having a tough decision, whether it's life or business or bodybuilding, I can kind of look at this and filter that question through this here. If it doesn't fit the purpose of my life, then I won't do it. If it does, I will. Yeah.
Let's get to work.
All right.
Goodbye.
Oh man. Coach actually, I already saw it. I put it in my close friends. He actually liked it.
Oh.
I was a little worried because he's like, oh no, you scarred your body. But he liked it, and he said he's getting one too.
Oh.
Yeah. He said it'll, obviously it'll fade a bit, but it'll still make it pop. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even thought about that, especially with your skin color.
Me either. I was like, oh, you using white? I was like, all right.
It made me want to. Okay, we do is add some white around mine.
Yeah, man. So he did a good job. It took like 20 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Right. So eventually you're gonna add on.
Yeah. I'm gonna have words, all different quotes all around eventually. Yeah, with different fonts.
Nice.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything's good.
It's good. Yeah. Just been working and training. And yeah. How you doing?
Can't complain. Trying to get this up and running. You see.
Are you gonna move the whole business over
No.
here?
I have the barbershop.
You want to shout out your business? It's gonna go up on YouTube real quick.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh man, Big Zay the Barber here, Razor's Edge Barbershop. Y'all already know. Y'all can check me out on Instagram, Big Zay the Barber, or Razor's Edge Barbershop. You know, the one and only Ruff. Did you playing that?
No. Bro, this man is ready for the camera.
Yeah.
Yes.
I appreciate it,
sir.
man.
Absolutely, man.
Good
Good to see you too.
All right.